And we've been saying this week, yeah, sure, it would have been far preferable if they'd beaten Ukraine and then Wales and gone to Qatar, but they haven't.
No, they haven't. I mean, it's a bit like Liverpool winning the Papa John's Cup and everyone's celebrating it.
Steady yourself.
The opportunity for Scotland was so immense against the same team to qualify for an opportunity to get to a World Cup, and you don't take that one, and then you take it in a tournament that is, on one hand, by a Scotsman himself, Graham Souness, on Monday, derided as a jumped-up bunch of friendlies that has no meaning, players have difficulty getting up for it, and has no substance to it. And on the other hand, when the narrative is advanced that it's a reset, it's the one that we should all be looking at.
Well, just to clarify that, I think for Scotland it's more important than it is for England, for example, because it does allow them that opportunity of the playoff if they fail in the next quarter.
Granted.
So there is actually something.
It gives them an opportunity when they inevitably don't qualify for their own means to get a second chance, as I said last night.
Yeah. So listen, you're in dodgy ground this morning, though, because in the same breath as talking about Scotland's promotion here, they've got a chance. Well, they've got a Euro 2024 playoff place. Danny's right. I mean, what's the most shocking Nations League achievement? Scotland's promotion or England's relegation?
But it's an utter irrelevance. We're a seeded team. We'll go into the groups. We'll qualify from the groups like we always do.
But answer the question. Scotland's promotion or England's relegation? You're shocked, surely, by your relegation.
Well, I was disappointed by the performances.
Oh, were you? Yeah.
No, of course I'm disappointed by the performances because they weren't particularly great performances in the 3 games preceding the German game. But over and above the great scheme of things, we will get put into a group because of our seeding. That doesn't apply to you. You need to go into a group that gives you a better opportunity to qualify through the playoffs, and that's your backstop. What you're celebrating is the inevitable failure at group stage and a second chance. Wonderful. How great that must be for you.
I saw you on Twitter last night, cue a national holiday in Scotland.
Well, yeah, because we had to endure the rubbish of you lot celebrating like you just won the lottery because you drew 0-0 at Wembley.
Yeah, but, I mean, Danny's right, though. This is an achievement by Scotland. They had to have a reset. They had a reset. And they've come out the other side smiling, smelling of roses.
What they've done is they had the difference between Scotland and England when they play in this Nations League is that it means something for Scotland at the end of it. It means nothing for England. But in answer to your question,
granted, that's true too.
I think I was more shocked by England's failure in this.
Yeah,
not just the last week. I'm talking about.
It's a sore one to take.
Is shocked the word that you would apply?
I was shocked at the Hungary 4-0.
Oh, yeah,
I've been shocked
dreadful
by some of the performances, but shocked maybe is a bit over the top, but surprised. Definitely
disappointed.
No, not really. I mean, not really.
Well, we've got to be disappointed to get beat 4-0 at home by Hungary. That's a disappointing result. That you look at
it's
it and go,
disappointing if you're playing it.
But I also think that if you remember this time last year, after the European Championships, and Scotland got beat their first game out of the European Championships, I think it might have been against Denmark, and there was all of a sudden this blowback about Steve Clarke. And I was the first person in the room to say, well, hang on a second.
Oh, yes,
actually, your team are moving in the right direction. You're not a bad unit. Steve Clarke has done a good job.
So do you care about Nations League results or not?
Not particularly.
No, but Scotland do this morning because they've had a reset and they've come out the other side of it.
The difficulty for us...
So you're not bothered that England got relegated?
But the difficulty for us...
That came the bottom of your group.
But the difficulty for
us... With Hungary, Italy and Germany.
Fantastic.
Bottom,
the difficulty for us is we sit in a room and the listeners don't get to appreciate this, that when we listen to you turn around and say, my worst days, my biggest nightmare is England winning the European Championships.
Here it comes.
So we're forced into a situation...
I don't think I ever said that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you most certainly did.
My worst nightmare? What, on air?
Yes.
Or you grasping me up during commercial break?
On air. Yeah. On air you said it.
Yeah.
So we find ourselves in a position where we become a little bit tribalistic.
To a degree you've got a point. Obviously, it would have been far preferable if Scotland had managed to beat Ukraine at Hampden and then take on Wales and beat Wales.
For me, that's the one that counted. You played the same team, the Ukrainians.
But in the same breath, you lot would have loved it if you'd beaten Italy at Wembley last year, and you didn't.
Of course we didn't. And the criticism that came after that and the disappointment was significant, and the observations were significant. No one was spared. Nobody suddenly decided to make a cover story for the fact that we didn't have an opportunity to win a championship, which was predominantly at home. So we apply the same logic to England. We have Graham Souness in here saying, here you got lot go again, tearing yourself to pieces. Yeah. So by definition, no one escapes either vitriol or real observation on the achievement that should have been Scotland should have beaten Ukraine at home to give themselves an opportunity to qualify for a World Cup. It's no good. It's after the Lord Mayor's show.
Why should they have, though?
No, because by definition,
because of their predicament.
If you're going to compare the results that you've just knocked, you've got yourself into a position by beating Ukraine in a kind of almost meaningless situation.
You've got an opportunity. You've got to take it.
The one that they needed to beat Ukraine on was the World Cup qualifier. That was the one that was really set the world on fire and set the Heather on fire with Scotland. So anyway,
now I'm just looking at some of the messages that are coming in here. It's quite amusing.
A bunch of Scots. Well, of course, they're not going to like what I have to say.
No, I mean, obviously, you fire up England fans to get right on your side. Simon sucking all the negativity out of the nation of Scotland at 11 minutes past 10. That's why I'm still listening. Love it. You know, I mean, honest to God. And there's another one coming. England are in pot 2, the same as Scotland for the Euros draw. The almighty England in pot 2, with all the money that they spend on their national game. Surely it's embarrassing. I don't know. Do you want to congratulate the Scots again, Simon, as we go to the commercial break? Okay, it's 10:15.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.